The 13th ranked UNC Pembroke men's basketball team went 3-0 last week, including an 89-88 overtime win at Winston-Salem State and a pair of wins at Mount Olive to claim the Pickle Classic Championship. Quamaine Rose led the Braves with averages of 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals during the week. He was named MVP of the Pickle Classic, while Brandon Winford and Brandon Watts were also named to the All-Tournament team. The women's basketball team is off to a 2-0 start to the season with wins over Fayetteville State and Coker. The Braves defense forced 27 turnovers in the win against Coker, and 9 players got in the scoring column for UNCP in the game. Johnny Samonley has been the leading scorer for the Braves so far with 13 points per game, and she also leads the team in rebounding. UNCP Wrestling had 4 competitors at the Wolfpack Open in Raleigh, highlighted by All-American Blaze Shade, who reached the finals of the 174-pound tournament before falling to NC State's Nikki Hall. The wrestling team's next contest is December 13th at the Newberry Duels. The Black and Gold Report starts now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of the Black and Gold Report, presented by Pepsi, a show all about UNC Pembroke athletics. I'm Jenna Davison, and today on the show we have a special guest in Chancellor Robin Cummings, as well as a conversation with head women's basketball coach John Haskins. And later in the show, we'll watch a special feature on the sister duo of Jamie and Laura Bird. But first, we're joined by Chancellor Cummings. Chancellor, I'd like to be one of the first to welcome you to the show.
Hi, Jenna. Great to be here.
Well, you have been at UNC Pembroke for a little over 4 months now. So what have been some of the highlights for you in your short time as Chancellor at UNCP?
So my wife, Rebecca, and I started July 15, and it has been an incredible ride from that day on. Every day is filled with a lot of good things. So I've enjoyed it. I really have. I'd say if there's one thing I've really enjoyed, it's getting to know the students, certainly knowing the faculty, getting to know the staff, walking across campus, getting to know how the college atmosphere works, but getting to know the students has been just a real joy. And in terms of many of them now recognize me. I was walking across campus on my way over here, and a couple stopped. "Chancellor, how are you doing?" And they asked me questions and recall experiences that we've had. But talking to them and hearing what excites them. I was at SGA meeting a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about some of their issues and so forth. So it's been really special. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed certainly getting to participate in the football games, the basketball games, and the sports part of it all.
Well, in your acceptance speech, you spoke about the importance of athletics to the success of a university. So can you explain your thoughts behind that statement?
So as I look at our university and the tremendous foundation that's been put in place already, how do we go to that next level? How do we build upon what Chancellor Matters did when he brought football back to this campus, which I think was a very visionary thing for him to do. And again, if you participate in our football games, they're really wonderful. I see athletics as being key to our future on a number of levels. Number one, it allows the student athlete, those who are gifted academically as well as through athletically, to come to a school where they can excel in both. Now let me say that first and foremost, we're a school. We're about academics. We're about teaching, and when our students leave here, I want them to be prepared academically first and foremost. So we're never going to compromise on that. But if you look at the student athlete who wants to also participate in their sport, I think that we should provide a quality experience. And Jenna, overall, if you look and see look at what athletics will do for the campus, the university environment in general, it's phenomenal. I don't need to tell you about all that goes on. You look at what happened with Davidson when they had the one Curry, the kid who could shoot the lights out of it. And by the way, what he's done now in the NBA. But what that one player did for Davidson, the Davidson experience. If you look at Duke, I went to Duke for a long time, and it's a wonderful school academically, strong reputation. But basketball really has put Duke on the map worldwide and made it a household name. So I see athletics as something that will bring additional I'm looking for ways that we can bring our alumni back in, get them more involved. And right now we've got alumni groups who are coming in, and they're forming a foundation around our basketball team. They're forming a foundation around the track and field team, baseball. We're seeing all those alumni coming back to campus and getting back involved in their sports, and it's wonderful.
Well, what are your overall impressions of the UNCP athletic department and its leadership, and what are your expectations of the department moving forward?
My impression of the department is it's very strong. I'm impressed. We have strong leadership with Athletic Director Dick Christie. We have excellent coaches. We've seen already what the basketball team has done thus far in the season. We saw what Coach Richardson did with the football team, what our cross-country team did, and on and on and on. I don't mean to leave anyone out, but I'm very, very pleased with where we are. The secret is, how do we build on that, and how do we keep that momentum going? We can't be a school where we develop a great coach, have a great season, and then the coach goes away to a better job. That's always going to happen. Mm-hmm. But how do we don't go through those ups and downs? We want to go up and stay up. And so Dick Christie and I are looking at how do we make that happen.
Well, with about 30 seconds left in this segment, I wanted to ask you, what are some of the major changes that the university is going to see over the next calendar year?
Oh, I think you're going to see a lot of construction going on campus. We have the student health building, which I just went over this morning, and that's started and it's coming up out of the ground, and that's a beautiful 12,000 square foot facility that will allow us to take better care of our students when it comes to health care. We're going to be talking a lot about a bond program. The vote will be on March 15, and if if voters in North Carolina accept that, UNC Pembroke will receive $23 million, and you'll see the beginning of a new facility for our School of Business. So I think you're going to see lots of construction. We've got some other ideas going on that'll be taking place in the next 12 months, but also just rearranging how do we move ahead into the future. It's a new normal in education, and we've got to look forward to how do we prepare our students so when they leave here, they're prepared. If I want to go to a job, I've got a job. If I want to go on to graduate school, I can go on to graduate school. So that's our goal.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show with us.
Glad to be here. It's fun.
You've got some great plans for this university, and we're all very excited.
Thank you, Jenna.
All right, we're going to take our first break, and when we come back, we're going to sit down with head women's basketball coach John Haskins, so stay tuned.